All right, let's get it. Boom! Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the health and fitness special of Upstanding Upsilons on today, January the 26th, on this beautiful, beautiful January day. I'm honored and I'm so hyped to have these two brothers with me. One of whom you've seen before, my brother Mike Prescott, aka 22s. Another one who's making his debut on the platform. So I'm gonna let these brothers introduce themselves. So 22s, if you can give the audience a very brief rundown. You have your own personal episode, so they can go back to check that out if they want to. But please let the audience know who you are, my good brother.
Yes, my name is Mike Prescott. Everybody calls me 22s. I pledge SPR'13 in the Zawadi chapter.
All right. Cool. And my brother Martin, can you hear me? You got my audio coming in?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother, please let the people know who you are, bro. Quick rundown of who you are. What's your name? What chapter you from? What semester did you cross? And just a kind of brief glimpse into your life, man, so the people can know who they're hearing from.
All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Martin, Bajamaku, FA'12, founding brother out in Boston. Started my career, started a little bit about me, is started in social work, and that came from my childhood, my upbringing, seen some things, saw some things, been through some things. Started working with kids, detention centers, to really get a grasp of helping that young community of troubled teens. From there, I always had a passion for fitness through playing sports. And I developed a mentoring program through fitness where I got to teach these young kids in detention centers a little bit about social issues, talk about, real world problems, and then relate that back to getting stronger in the gym or playing basketball, playing sports. My health personally became out of control at that point. As you can imagine, work with that kind of youth clientele. You kind of sometimes eat through your feelings, as any social worker would. So I actually got my weight up to about, an unhealthy, about 240, 250. And took me a second to realize, look at myself in the mirror and say, man, I gotta get myself together, pull myself through. So as I developed this mentoring program platform, I started getting into training these kids, working out with these kids, but I had to do something for me. And it was with my bohica, actually, Elon. We were hanging out one night.
Shout out to Elon.
Yeah. We saw an infomercial for Shaun T, man, and Insanity. So both of us drunk sitting there looking at this infomercial. We look at each other and like, yeah, I bet I'll have abs like Shaun T before you. And I'm like, not a chance. Like, let's do this. Put the money on the table. Let's call this infomercial now. Let's do it. And ever since then, man, him and I went through the 90-day challenge with Shaun T. I fell in love with it. I became an Insanity instructor. I fell in love with it more. People started asking me questions I didn't have the answers to at the time. And, I was like, I might as well make this transformation. So through that, I became an Insanity instructor. I started losing the first bulk of my weight, dropped down about 10, 15 pounds, 20 pounds with the challenge, and became a NASM certified trainer from there. So I can help people really gather the nutrition, gather the personal training, gather the workout that it takes and the regimen it takes to get there. So in total, man, in over the course of 5 years, I've lost my weight in a lot of short time, but in the course of 5 years, I've dropped down a total of 60 pounds-ish altogether. I dropped my body weight in a controllable amount, and I had the whole six-pack abs, the shredded, beastie look. Personally, it's not for me, but I did it because I wanted to show people that it can happen, but it just takes the right control, the diet, the nutrition, and the self-discipline, man, at the end of the day to really get there. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
kind of full circle, how I got to where I am and who I am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. So, there you have it. Two upstanding Upsilons, no doubt, putting in that work, putting in that grind. I've been doing Insanity on and off for a couple of years already, bro. But after like week 2 or 3, it always kills my knees, man. I don't know what it is, but my knees, and I've tried different kind of shoes, and I've tried on the grass and then on a hardwood floor here and then on the the rubber mats that they have in the playground sometimes, and my knees, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I think my form is proper. I don't know if I just got too much weight on top and my knees can't necessarily hack it. You know what I'm saying? Have you tried Insanity 22s?
No, I actually have not tried Insanity. But I do understand the knee problem. Like, the knee problem is no joke. Like, you always got to make sure you stretch first before anything. Me, of course, it was due to my weight and me tearing my MCL, my knee, a couple of years back. Pretty much I just learned to stretch, take my time with it, And if it hurt too much, then I would just stop because I wouldn't want to make it worse than it already was. As the weight started falling off of me, my knees started getting stronger with more leg exercises. And eventually, like now, my knees don't hurt. I guess it just has to do with between stretching and I guess your leg muscles to get used to you being active with your knees.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So I'm over here, right? So, Martin, I had seen, when I came across your page on the gram before we set this up, I seen one of your transformation pictures, and it was the same way that I told Mike. I was like, I had a certain image of you in my mind from many years ago when, I had last seen you, and the pictures that I had seen of you, post your transformation, and now that you're in the full swing of this workout and this fitness, it's amazing. The transformation and just the different look on both of y'all faces. Like, it's just a different glow. It's a different, it's a different energy about you. You know what I'm saying? So I want to kind of start with, I want to start the convo with, what it has taken for both of you on a mental level to not only initiate this process of transformation, but to also stay consistent with it. Because I heard somebody say that many of our people can, we can create a spark, but we can't hold a charge for too long, whether it be for fitness, whether it be for maintaining a healthy eating regimen, whether it be for just not being a dick to people. You know what I mean? Whether, you can start the process, but you can't stay consistent in the process. So if y'all could speak a little bit on, what it's taken for both of you to remain consistent through the ups and the downs.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna get to the answer. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. So just talk to y'all about the knee issues, right? 22's hit on the money. A lot of it has to do with flexibility. Sometimes we also think that form can be right, but there's always little adjustments. And I've had a lot of clients with knee injuries, knee surgeries, or just that knee pain. And there's always a small tweak of form, man, that you have to assess and figure out what you're feeling and how should you be feeling. And if things are still kind of rocky, to take it up a level from flexibility, there's always a foam roller. If you don't know how to use one, I would say first consult with a personal trainer that knows what they're doing, or go to a true personal YouTube channel like NASM, which is a certified, personal training, and understand how to utilize that foam roller before getting into it to kind of help rebalance the muscles. But those are just a couple other things, kind of touch on that. Cool. And as far as staying consistent, man, what I try to teach my clients is that it truly takes 2 weeks to build a habit. Getting up every day, if it's early in the morning or going after work, to get into that gym and make that workout happen and go to the fullest. After those 2 weeks, now your body's in the groove, it's in emotions. 4 weeks, now you made it more of a commitment. Now it's something that your body needs. Now it's a routine. Now you're in a structure. But once you get to week 6 to 8, there should never really be a hesitation in your mind to miss, or if you do miss, there should be that urge in the back of your mind, like, man, I missed, so I need to go back the next day and really take care of business. So for me personally, what helps to start off was a accountability partner, somebody that can help me out. Just like everybody needs a barber, right? A barber needs a barber at the end of the day. A personal trainer needs a personal trainer to work out with, right? Somebody that's going to challenge them, compete with them, and kind of keep themselves motivated for the next couple of days, for the week, or, come back the next day. And I started off with that myself, right? I had my Bohica at first with me every day. We would talk about, hey, man, day 1, here it is. Day 12, day 14, man, this day sucked. Yeah, I don't want to work out today. Yo, you got it. Just keep on. That motivation from someone else that's going through the same struggles or same pains or whatever it is really helps out to stay consistent. Moving past that, moving along, then I found myself a personal trainer, someone I can train with. That wasn't training me directly, but we were feeding each other advice, challenging each other on workouts, bringing something to the table that we both can learn from and consistently grow with. That if you want to translate that to anybody else working out, everyone's at a different level, right? Work out with someone who's at a next level to you that can help you get to that next goal, right? Just like playing basketball, you're going to challenge yourself to play the big dogs. And then from there, your body's going to plateau, and that's what we hear all the time, right? I've hit a plateau, I've hit a wall. there's no true such thing as a plateau or wall. It's you got to change your routine now, right? Your body's adapted. Your body's found that change. So now start to do some research or find a new personal trainer, right? Sometimes, you know, our same barber can't do the style we want, or we want some braids now, and our barber, we need to change up who we go to. There's always something different that we need to change up in our styles and our routines. So find that next person or somebody else is going to take you there. You know, find that nutrition that's going to be a little bit different. You know, start eating more in the morning. Tons of different styles of foods to go to. Tons of different styles of training methods to go to. Intermittent fasting you can do. You know, so many different things.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. I got a couple questions about that a little later. But yeah. My boy, continue.
That's pretty much it, man. So just take all those little things, and that's consistency. You know, when I found 22s, I was watching him. I saw what he was doing. And I saw what he was creating for brothers, and him and I kind of went back and forth on a couple different ideas. And, you know, he set forth on January creating a plan and creating challenges. You know, next month I got my challenge that I'm going to do and kind of follow up with that. So again, it's finding somebody that's going to keep you motivated, man, and keep that energy alive.
Mike, what are your thoughts?
Just to piggyback off, it's all about finding your why first. Like, why are you doing this? Your why in the beginning will change. Like, it's not always going to be the same why. Motivation, of course. You'll find your own motivation day by day. I found mine honestly through the internet. Like, when I made my weight loss page and I started adding people who are all about fitness and weight loss, they pretty much became my motivations. They did the whole gym check things with me and pretty much motivated me to get up and do something every day. I'm not saying go to the gym every single day. Just be active in any way. Because every little thing you do in life brings you more closer to your goal. If you don't do anything that day, then you're just taking a step back away from your goal. You want to keep active some way, even if it's just go take a 10-minute walk. You still are active. You still did something out of the ordinary that day. But yeah, I just found my accountability and my motivation was through Instagram. Just watching other people and learning from them and watching YouTube videos, learning different methods. Yes, plateaus suck. I've hit plateaus a couple times and I had to change my regimen. Me, I'm all about burning fat. So I don't lift heavy, I lift light. Like I won't go no more than 30 pounds. So instead of, in the beginning, I would do 4 sets of 12. Now I do 4 sets of 15. Same weights, but I feel it more because I'm doing more reps. Mm-hmm. And just plateaus. Like in the beginning, like when it came to me going on a treadmill, I was only going with a 9.0 incline. Now I'm only up to 12.5 incline. Because I noticed as the weeks went on, I wouldn't be as tired, I wouldn't be as sweaty, I didn't feel like I was challenged enough when I would do it. And then of course, like when I got on the scale, it started being noticed, like, hold up, I'm still at the same weight and it's been 2 weeks. Obviously I need to change it up a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much what it did for me. And then of course, like my why, my health reasons. Like even the days where I don't feel like doing anything, I'm just like, then I have to look back and just like, sheesh, like I don't want to get back to where I was. And then I might look at old pictures and it just sets a reminder, like that's where you were and that's where you don't want to be at anymore. This is where you are now. You should be proud of where you've taken yourself to already. But there's always more goals that you can set upon yourself to better yourself and better your health.
That's what's up. So, y'all, Martin, I didn't know this about you, that you also had worked, that you worked with young people for a certain amount of time as well. How do y'all deal with people who are, young people or, the clients that you work with or, people in the gym that y'all might know? How do you deal with or how do you navigate around people who are full of excuses? I don't have time to work out. I want to get in shape, but I don't have time. These vegetables taste bad. you know, excuse after excuse after excuse. You know, how do you two deal with individuals who are just full of them?
Mike, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, you can take it.
So, man.
And what's even more interesting is, do y'all find yourselves making excuses for yourselves sometimes still to this point?
All right, so I'm gonna start myself because myself is easier to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Clients might get me, you know, real heated and passionate about.
Yeah.
There are definitely times for sure that I'm in my own head and I'm like, man, I'm not trying to work out today, right? And I might not, but 22's made a good point, right? Have an active rest day. Go for a walk, take a nice bike ride, you know, do something, do some yoga, some stretching, some flexibility. So if I'm not going to go, you know, in the gym and really put in an 8, 6, whatever, 900 calorie day, I'm going to come home and I'm going to do some flexibility training. I'm going to come home and do some foam rolling techniques or something light, some yoga. That way, at least I still feel like I'm in it and I'm still doing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely all have those days, those excuses, those times. It's like, man, I'm just not in it, not happening. But at the same time, you got to use those times as energy, momentum. Like, man, I don't really want to do this, but what is this going to do for me and not get to my goals, right? How is this going to hurt me in the next 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I come back, 22 does this almost weekly, right? He's always posting the scale. I'm like, man, what if you miss it a couple of days, right? Is that scale really going to move? Is he still going to make that post, right? And I'm sure you can speak on that in a standpoint of, right, you got to do something for yourself to continue to reach that goal. Now, when it comes to clients and people saying they don't have the time and excuse, why 22 is hitting on the money, man. Your why factor has to be strong. If your why factor isn't strong, then you're not going to hit those goals, and every excuse is going to become great. Oh, it's Thursday, thirsty Thursdays, we got drink specials. Oh, it's Friday night, like I don't need to hit the gym. You know, it's Monday, it's the Monday drag, I don't need to go do this. Right? We can make 1,000,001 excuses, and I hear 1,000,001 excuses, but if your why is strong enough, if you have that powerful why at the end of the day, you're going to get there, you know. And to top off the why, people make goals set so that way it's like, I need to lose 50 pounds. That's great. But what do you need to lose in the next 4 weeks to feel good about what you've accomplished so far?
Yeah,
right?
I think that's critical. Like, that's something that I personally, right, probably need to start doing more, as far as just like understanding the smaller and the short-term victories. Something I got posted up in my bathroom, I see it every day, is just work steadily without immediate results. Work steadily without immediate results. And I see that every day, and I got to remind myself. But what you said is absolutely right. Like, what I got to do in 4 weeks to feel good about the progress I have made, even if it's not the 50 pounds. That's no doubt. That's no doubt.
It's the small attainable goals, man, that'll get you there, right?
Yeah.
You know, what I try to do for clients, and I have one right now that, you know, they had a one-to-one with me, and they're like, I'm just not motivated. I'm not passionate. We did a 10-week program. You know, I lost weight. I saw results, but it's been about 5 weeks now. And I'm like, you know, I don't care to do all this, you know, food prepping, meal prepping, this planning again. So I asked them, you know, well, tell me, why are you doing it? Like, why are you here? And like, well, I want to be, you know, back to my pre-pregnancy weight of 139. So I'm like, you know, where are you at? They're like 165. You know, in total, they lost 15 pounds during that 10 weeks, which is huge. But I was like, all right, so what's your why, right? I still want to lose all that weight. Okay, but how are you going to get there? What's most important to you now? Like, how are you going to feel good in 4 weeks that you've gotten closer to that weight? And she left without an answer. And I was like, that's what I want you to figure out and get back to me, right? Make a plan for 4 weeks. I don't want to plan for a month. And for your big goal, I want to plan for how you're going to get into that. So she sent me a goal sheet of 10 statements, right? I'm going to get back to truly meal prepping on Thursdays, cooking on Sundays, planning out my weeks, and reaching out to my accountability buddy on, you know, Monday, letting them know what I cooked, what my goals are, how many days I'm gonna get into the gym, just so they can keep track. By Friday, reach out to me and figure it all out. You know, and it's that now that's fueling her to come back in every day. It's that now that's fueling her today to go do that meal prep. Again, it's small goals, it's small progress. And, you know, that's something that not many people do when they go into their bathroom, right? The mirror is a powerful tool. One, you can see your self-reflection, but two, I have markers, and I'll write on my mirror my goals for the day or the goals for the week or my focus for the month. You know, get into the gym, stay in the gym, you know, get your videos done this week, make a connection, find a new client, or just a quote, you know, I am because you are, you know, the powerful words from Desmond Tutu. Just to self-reflect and self-motivate, because whatever we see, right, we can put things in our phones, and I'm notorious for that. But when you write things out and you can visually see them, they become that much more powerful. So I try to tell them, right, make a vision board of what you want. It could be just pictures. It could be your goals written out, but put it somewhere, front door, back door, bedroom, you know, whatever you walk through every single day that you can personally see them. And now it's sustainable and attainable at the same time.
Right. It's in your mind. You're seeing it. You're reprogramming yourself to keep these ideas in your mind. No doubt.
Exactly.
I like that spiritual approach that you're kind of taking to, you know, how you deal with your clients, because that's, you know, I mean, I'm sure others are doing it. I'm sure people do it. I just don't hear of it, you know, too often as far as the fitness is concerned. Mike, what are your thoughts, man?
My thoughts, Martin hit everything on the nail with that one. As far as how do you deal with people who make excuses, I tell them when they're at the point where they're just like, I failed myself, I keep giving up, I don't know if I want to do this, how do I start over? When I answer that question, I'm just like, well, you got to think of it this way. Every day's a new day. So don't think of it as, oh man, I ate a cheeseburger today and some steak fries and blah, blah, blah. All right. Everybody has a day. All of us mess up sometimes. Like, nobody's perfect. I mess up. I feel like some days, like, yeah, I shouldn't have ate that. But I mean, we all have that day. It's what you do from there moving forward is what matters. Don't sit there and dwell on what you already did. You have control on what
dwelling kills, man.
Yeah, like you have to continue and decide. Like you have to get into that right mindset. Like, all right, well, I messed up today, but now it's time to move on from that. Don't let it linger. Just keep it moving. Motivation. As far as trying to get them motivated, I just stay consistent. Pretty much to what Martin said. I pretty much ask them what is their why and where they want to be, and then they tell me their goals, and then I compare their goals with my goals, and I'm like, all right, well, my goal, I wanted to lose 225 pounds. I was realistic with the goal. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it where I lose that by my birthday in 2021. And this was 2019 when I said that. So I put in, like, mathematically, every 6 months, I want to try to lose at least 50 pounds. It sounds like a lot, but realistically, like, if you're losing 2 pounds a week, it's not a lot. It's not. Because 2 pounds a week,
you break it down to those small attainable goals. I like that.
Like that's 8 pounds a month, almost 10 pounds a month. Because some weeks you're gonna lose more than 2 pounds, or you might lose less. But I broke it down like that, where pretty much every 6 months I wanted to lose at least 50 pounds. And like I said, whenever I hit that plateau, that's when I would start doing more research on what I can do as far as different exercises and targeting different muscle groups to make other exercises more valuable and a lot more easier to do. Because once you have your strength up, it's easier to do more exercises. If you're able to do more exercises, you're able to burn more fat more efficiently. And if you're able, and it's all about form, of course, if you're doing the form or changing your form up to make it better, you have less chances of injury as well, which makes your weight loss journey a lot more easier and a lot more efficient.
Okay. So. All right. Got you. Want to move into, because you just spoke on cheeseburger and steak fries, and then, you know, your episode, Mike, you spoke on food. You know, you gave me some stats and numbers on food, and Martin, I'm sure you know where this is going, and I'm sure you know what you're talking about because you've had personal success. Yo, there's millions of websites. that tell people what to eat and what not to eat. There's millions of shows and YouTube channels and magazines and books that tell people what to eat, what not to eat. You should go vegan. You should go keto. You should go paleo. You should fast. You should intermittently fast. You shouldn't fast. You should only fast in the morning. You should only eat this in the mornings and this in the evenings. Then you go around and see another person saying, but those same things, you should actually eat those in the evenings and these in the mornings. And you should drink this midday, but this at 2 o'clock. And there's such an overwhelming abundance of information on what one should consume. How does the average person just getting into fitness, trying to lose weight, trying to just be, be better? Even brothers in the frat. Brothers in the frat that are on their own little personal fitness journey might be insecure. They don't want to tell nobody. They don't know what to eat. They're going back and forth debating. Or even the people that are working out, they're not seeing no changes. But I've changed what I eat. Why am I not seeing results? How does the average person go about deciding what the best thing to consume is on a fitness journey like this with so much information available? I would definitely like y'all insight on that. Because not only is there so much info, but there's so much conflicting information. The only thing that I think people are consistent with is water. Drink water. Everybody agrees.
Toss some lemon in occasionally, maybe some fruits.
Yeah.
Less calories.
Get rid of the sweets and the candy. The sodas, right?
It's pretty consistent. You know what I mean? But it's like crazy because I'm seeing, we got the veganism is a whole thing, and then we got people that are saying, no, you shouldn't do veganism because there's certain things, but then 22s gets on camera and talks about the meat supply, and then I see earthlings and I see a fucking pig getting mistreated. I'm like, yo, I don't want to deal with the pig no more. So what is going on, man? What is going on?
Man, that's going to be an endless discussion.
Honestly, can I start, Martin, or you?
Go ahead, man. For sure.
I believe everybody knows everybody's body's different. You pretty much have to figure out how your body maintains processing what you put in your body. Everybody's body's different. My suggestion to you is, of course, drink water, of course, because you want to stay hydrated. Hydration, when you drink water, it also helps tighten up your skin. So when you do start losing weight, you don't have all the loose skin, and it helps the muscle build. Also, when you first start, just be as basic as possible. Like, we know about the pyramid, we know about the food groups. So of course, veggies, of course, fruit, of course, water. Dairy you can have, but like I said, everybody's body is different. Don't limit yourself to, if you want a piece of candy that day, go ahead, have your piece of candy. It's not going to kill it, but nobody's telling you, but don't sit there and eat candy all day, every day, though. Don't restrict yourself to what you like. Just know, like, if you like it, have it. Just have a little bit of it. But you need to be more aware on what you're putting in your body. That's my answer for it. As far as a type of quote unquote diet, you pretty much have to just figure out, based on the food groups, what is good for you. Like for me, I need a high amount of protein. I need extremely high amount of protein because I'm burning so much fat. And when I burn fat, if I don't have enough protein in my body, it will burn the muscle that I'm building. So protein helps keep your muscle. So that's why I have to have a high amount of protein. But I also have to make sure I'm hydrated. I also have to make sure that I have the right amount of vitamins in my body as well. So that's my answer for it. Like, there's no easy answer for that. Like, you have to.
You seem to be taking the approach of just like understanding what works for you. There is no one size fits all.
Yeah, there's no all be all when it comes to what you put in your body. Everybody processes things differently. Everybody's metabolism is different from everybody's. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much all about try and error. Like, you have to figure out what's good for you, what's not good for you, what food makes you more lean, what food makes you more bloated. What food that you put in your body, you notice like you'll gain more weight from it than if you ate something other than that.
Got
So
you.
it's all trial and error. Like there's no, oh, try this, oh, try that, try that. You pretty much are trying it, but don't go cold turkey and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just go all vegan when you know you love fish.
Right.
Like, like don't force yourself to do something. Just, all right, I'm gonna try a little bit of this, I'm gonna try a little bit of that, I'm gonna try a little bit of this technique and see where it goes within the next 3 weeks. And if it's working, then great. If it's not, then try different other sources. But don't just limit yourself to one type of diet.
All right. Cool. Brian, what are your thoughts, my brother?
So one of the best things I ever heard, and when I really got into the fitness world and nutrition, started going into that as well, was from this great group called Dietitians in Palm Valley, back where I used to live. They said one thing to me, and I was like, man, you're absolutely right. And what they told me was, there's no true such thing as a diet. Are there dieting forms, right? Like intermittent fasting, going all pescatarian, paleo, vegan, whatever it is. There's tons of those kind of programs, like you said, but there's no true thing as a diet, right? And so even as I continue my fitness career and I'm doing things now, I still tell clients there's no true thing as a diet. It's focusing on what you're putting into your body, how much you're putting into your body. And then, 22 said it correct. How are those things reacting in your body, right? It's very important for people to just get the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are super simple, and I hope people really learn from this, is that when you start focusing on your nutrition, right? Nutrition is 80% of what you do. You cannot work out, and as long as you're truly focusing on your nutrition, you're going to see results. Might not be as fast as you want, but you're going to see them. Now, when you start changing up your nutrition habits, it's so important, man, to document daily. What am I eating for breakfast? What am I eating for lunch? Snacking in between. What am I eating for dinner? Now, after
You would recommend writing this
meals,
down or vlogging or whatever form somebody,
Yeah, exactly. You're jumping right to the gun. That's what I was getting into, man.
Yeah.
So after each one of those meals, document exactly how do I feel after eating them. Now, not directly, right? Give yourself an hour. Right, it takes about an hour for the body to really start digesting, breaking down, seeing how I truly feel, right? If you think about it, we all go to work, we eat lunch, we come back from lunch, you either feel one or two ways, like I'm ready to go to sleep or I'm ready to be productive, right? That's a good telltale sign. Man, I had one too many carbs or I ate all the wrong things for my body.
Bro.
You got the energy, right? I ate all the right
man.
things, right? I'm ready to kick ass this second half of my day, go home and do what I got to do. So it's so critical just to document, how do I feel? And one thing about the bloating, right? Let's say I feel bloated after breakfast. What did I eat? I'm not a big fan of dairy per se and a lot of diet. That's one thing I would definitely say people need to remove a little more from the diet, because the body takes a lot to process out of that, just like red meats, right? The body takes a lot to process out of the body. But that's how I personally found out I'm lactose intolerant. I love drinking milk, right? I love a bowl of cereal. But that's how I first found out that milk and any kind of dairy products weren't good for me personally, and I had to change that for my personal diet. Journaling makes a world of difference. The other thing is get a scale, right? We can always eyeball things and be like, all right, I need the palm of my hand of meat. I need 1 cup. That looks like about a cup. When you actually measure out your food, you see a world of a difference. Like maybe my eyes is kind of deceitful and you go get them checked kind of thing. So measuring out your food when you're just getting started is super critical as well, to make sure that you're giving yourself the right amount of portions to your meals. Now, when it comes to, going vegan, pescatarian, or whatever it is on that end, I tried the vegan thing for a month. Well, let's say quote unquote vegan, right? Because there's true vegan where you're not doing anything related to meat.
And then there's the pasta vegans. You eat noodles and water every day.
Right.
Vegan, bruh.
So I took away most of the animal products out of my food. But there's definitely things in there once or twice that I was like, whatever, that has an animal byproduct, I'll still take it. But the majority of it was vegan, and I did it for a month. And, it wasn't personally for me. Maybe I don't have enough research or study on it, But I felt my energy lack. You know, a lot of why my energy lacked, right, is because animal products contain a lot of B12s, B6s, your energy nutrients that plants don't technically have. So you have to find another source of getting those, right? So maybe it wasn't the right combinations of things I was finding. But overall, my energy level compared to when I normally eat meats to being vegan was completely in a different spectrum.
Got you.
Now, don't get me wrong, some of it's now is mixed matched, and I find the happy medium balance now. But overall, right, you have to find out what works for you. I know plenty of people who are vegan and, you know, they're good on their energy levels and they've been doing it for years and it works out for them. You know, so it's totally up to you. Pescatarian lifestyle, right? Tried that for a little bit. It was good. It's just about finding what's your own true thing. So the main summary of it all, man, there's no such thing as a diet. If your personal trainer is telling you to eat anything less than, especially for women, than 1,600 calories, fire him now, because that is nuts. You should not be doing that. Can't tell you how many horror stories I hear where, yeah, well, my trainer told me to eat 1,200 calories. Bro, that's like a meal and a half. You're crazy. So that's something to kind of be forewarned about, right? There's a healthy way of doing things, and there's a very unhealthy way of doing things, and eating less than that, super unhealthy. There's a lot of different apps out there that you can definitely utilize to track, you know, what it is that you're eating, how much of it
drop some names, bro. Drop some names for some apps.
So what I started, and I don't get any money for this. I wish I did, but
no ad revenue. God damn it.
Yeah, no ad revenue, man. Lose It is definitely great. It's one of the ones I first started. You can easily just scan your foods in so that way they're already in that system. Put drop and plug in. I'll tell you your protein, your carbs, your fats, your sugars, everything that you're eating. You know, MyFitnessPal, I know a lot of people like to use, that's sponsored by, you know, Under Armour or whatever it is. Something I started using more frequently that's a little more intuitive of what I'm trying to get after is called Fat Secret, that really breaks down your macronutrients, your sugars, how much of what you should be eating, what your dynamic of your day looks like, your consumption value throughout the week. You know, and there's a few others, but those are my main three that I truly hear on a regular basis. But track, log, right? All those have a little journal built into them too, where you can kind of write in, you know, how did you feel from eating those? They also have, you know, a little meal planning for you based off the foods and styles of your lifestyle. And then, you know, just drop a little knowledge on the intermittent fasting. It's a very tough
let me just frame this real quick, because I definitely wanted to get to this at some point in the conversation. You know, so the fasting thing, you know, my only experience up until a couple of years ago with fasting was just having West African friends and eventually West African students that celebrated Eid and that would practice fasting. So that was my only experience with it up until a couple of years ago. But then I'm like, all right, you know, now this term intermittent fasting starts popping up. I'm like, all right, well, you know, what's going on? And I'm doing the research, and now I'm understanding, oh, okay, so this has been an indigenous tool of cleansing the mind, body, and spirit for thousands and thousands of years before, you know, these people in magazines started calling it intermittent fasting, this, you know, highly spiritual process of abstaining from consuming anything in order to cleanse and let the body's natural healing faculties take place, you know? And so, you know, now I'm seeing it pop up in, you know, workout regimens and then dietary regimens and things like that. So if y'all could just speak on that as well. I know that's where you were going, but that's something that's definitely been on my mind. And I do practice fasting every so often. I don't even like using the term intermittent fasting because that's a buzzword. I don't want to associate that with a buzzword when the ritual for me is a little more spiritual than that. You know what I mean? So if you could just speak on that.
Yeah, man, you hit it right there, right? It's definitely more of it started as a more spiritual practice, right? To cleanse the mind, the soul, and the body, right? If you think about it, when we were trained as kids, probably, especially if you come from a Latin culture, right? There was a time where you would fast, right? And it was about giving your soul and your body to God and having that experience. But to, you know, go into it, you know, it's a tough regimen, and in order to really see results from it, you got to do it consistently, more than 2-3 weeks period at a time. There's definitely different styles from 24-hour fasting. There's, you know, the short 2-day 500, 600 calorie diet fasting in between.
Yeah.
There's a 12 to 16-hour window style of fasting. You know, would I use it? And the only time I really use it for clients are those clients that, you know, I don't really like to eat breakfast. I don't really like to eat during this big gap of time. That's the only time I'll let clients be like, all right, let's try this style of eating. Now, the important part to understand with that is just because you're intermittent fasting doesn't mean all I need to eat is 2 meals a day, right? Or 1,500 calorie diet. That's a complete no-no. You still now, even though you have a shorter window to eat, right? Typically about 6 to 8 hours to eat, maybe a little less, depending on how big your window is. You still have to eat. If it's a 2,400 calorie diet, you still got to eat all your meals within that window.
Within that window,
So,
right? Okay.
yeah, and that's the tough part of it all, right? People don't realize that, oh, I'm going to skip breakfast because I don't like breakfast. I'm doing intermittent style fasting. So I'm just going to eat my lunch and my dinner and I'm good to go. It doesn't work that way, right? If you don't like breakfast foods, cool, then eat your brunch foods and then go eat your lunch and then go eat your dinner and have your snacks in between. And you still got to make sure that you have your 2,500 calorie diet at the end of the day. You know, and you can't choose Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, let me do that style. Wednesday or Thursday comes around, I'm going to break it because I'm really hungry and I'm going to eat throughout the window. And then Thursday, kind of half-ass it. You know, that's the thing, the regimen that has to stay consistent for at least a 2 to 3 week period to truly see it. It is. And the science behind it, you know, is basically you're burning through your fat stores and your fat energies, right? So those people that work out better in the mornings typically will see probably a higher benefit from it because they're burning through that fat cycle, that fat energy, those fat stores and reserves in the body, the glycogens that will give you and provide that energy. So now your energy spikes up. Your window pretty much is going to be just about over. Now you're going to refuel your body properly so to see those results. Not saying if you do at night, you know, eat at night, that's a better result for you. Just people in the morning see the better results.
Gotcha.
So there's tons of different science behind it all, man. It's not for everyone. It's a tough, restricted diet. The important part to understand of that diet is that you need to still eat your calories. You can't skip your calories.
Got you. Mike, anything on fasting?
Well, me personally, because I had the gastric bypass surgery, I can't fast. I pretty much have to have something in my body every 4 hours. Even if it's like something little like yogurt, it's just the effects of the surgery. If I don't have anything, I can actually get sick. Like I'll have headaches, I'll have sweats, my stomach will hurt, I'll feel dizzy. It's just the way how my body is reacting now because of the surgery.
Got you. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't fast. Some days it might be I'll wake up and pretty much forget to eat. And it might be like 12 o'clock and I'll start getting a headache and I'm like, oh, hold up, I need to eat this morning. Let me go put something in my body. So like you said, it's not for everybody. I'm one of the people that it's not for, but for medical reasons why it's not for me.
Okay. Got you. No doubt. No doubt. Last kind of thing I want to touch on. This will be a quick convo. This was just, I just wanted to give the family an exposure to, brothers who are doing their thing in the health and fitness world. Can y'all give an example or free game to somebody who might not have really ever worked out before or might have been like mildly active and they're looking now to commit a little more long term? Can y'all give them some basic things that they can do at home because they ain't trying to pay for a gym membership, basic things that they can do at home to get their body into the kind of swing of basic, fitness, whether it be, like a basic, 3x5 routine or something basic and slow that they could do in the house. No equipment necessary or minimal equipment necessary. Basically a beginner's regimen.
Mike, talk about what you're doing for January, man. I think that would be a great little nugget.
So that was one of the reasons why I started the challenges. For people who didn't feel comfortable going to the gym or just working out in front of people, all in all, because everybody has that. When you first go back to the gym and don't know what you're doing, a lot of people find that the gym is intimidating. They feel like everybody's looking at them. But we know social media now, where they're recording people doing the wrong things in the gym. They don't want to be one of those people. When realistically, a lot of people in the gym don't care what you're doing. And if you actually go up and ask people to help you, 9 times out of 10, they will help you with no problem. But that's kind of why I started the challenges. just so it's a starter challenge. It's just starting from you just to get active. So January, it was the push-up challenge. So week 1, it was do 10 push-ups and then 1-minute planks. And then it will increase by the weeks. So week 2, it was 20 push-ups, 2-minute planks. Week 3, 30 push-ups, 3-minute planks. The final week, which just started on Friday, you pretty much just burn out. Do as many push-ups as you can and hold the plank for as long as possible. It doesn't even have to be 3 minutes long anymore. It's just as long as you can. And just try it. Just try something simple. Squats is a good thing now for your legs. It's just be active. Just do anything out of the ordinary that you wouldn't normally do. Don't sit on the couch all day. Like,
Got you.
do something like Martin said earlier. Go biking, go walking. Just walk up and down your stairs. Make it a goal where you walk up and down your stairs at least 15 times, maybe 10 or 15 times in one day. Just do something active, just to get your body and blood flowing. Doing sit-ups. There's videos on how to do it. If your neck is hurting, it's probably because you're not doing it right. So, like Martin was saying, there's plenty of apps that literally give you a rundown on home exercises. They will literally show you a picture of the person. They'll highlight the muscle group that is doing, and some of them even show you a short video of where to place your hands and how to by doing emotions on how to do it the correct way. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Martin, what you got for the people, man?
Similar, man. The fundamentals you can always do at home. If you don't want to, I don't know how nationwide the store is anymore, but how I started my journey of at-home personal training and finding my own personal clients, it's a store called 5 and Below. I don't know if y'all familiar with it up north, but I started seeing them in Florida, started seeing them a little bit in Connecticut when I was there.
Are you in Florida right now?
I'm in Georgia, actually.
Oh, you in Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So there's literally a whole section in there, and obviously the store's name called 5 and Below, where you can get yourself 10-pound dumbbells, adjustable barbells basically, and make your own dumbbell set. I've spent probably $50-$60 and I have almost a whole makeshift gym at home, right? They have bands, they have jump ropes, they have BOSU balls, medicine balls, kettlebells, pretty much you name it, right? So you can do your own makeshift gym at home. Even clients that I train remotely, I'm like, find this store if you have it. If not, let's talk about the resources you can use in your house, like a water jug, a milk jug, your kid's backpack with all their books in it, a heavy drawer. We find tools and resources.
No excuses.
There is no excuse for not having weights and resistance, right?
Yeah.
If you want to keep it simple, you want to keep it body weight, squats, you got wall sits, you got jumping jacks, you got high knees, you got, push-ups, planks. There's so many of those exercises alone. And, what I sell too is body weight exercises, 30 minutes at home, 30-minute circuit. Just for people, again, there's no excuse. You have here's a workout for you. It takes 30 minutes of your day. Boom. Every exercise, 30 seconds a piece. Do it. Here's the videos that go attached to it. So that way you have no reason why you can't do it.
Yep.
There's apps out there. Nike Plus Training does a really good app where pretty much it's a visual one-to-one on, anywhere from 10 minutes to 30-minute workouts. TRX, if you download their app and you have a TRX system at home, they have a whole entire workout video. Nike Run Club, if you want to go on a run and then stop in the middle of your run and do a little exercise, they have something. There's so many different platforms, because kind of like what we talked about, before we went online here.
Yep.
There's the online market that's happening, right? We all know that we are intimidated to go to the gym because we feel that we're embarrassed. We let ourselves go so much, right? Oftentimes people come into my gym, that's one of their first statements. I'm really embarrassed of myself, where I am, my fitness abilities and my fitness levels, that, I'm scared to come in for that first day. And what I try to tell them is like, listen, we are all at this gym because we're embarrassed of ourselves. And the only reason why we're here is to make improvements of ourselves. So just come in, because you're going to see everyone is just like you. And we're all here to cultivate a culture where we're all self-motivated and personally motivated by another to reach our goals. You know, so if you need to start at home to build that confidence, right, utilize those free resources that are out there. If you want to invest in yourself, you know, look for the store called Five and Below or Play It Again Sports, where you can find equipment as well. You know, get a little more creative with your workout styles. You know, there's tons of online personal trainers out there in the world as well, you know, if you really want to take it to that level. But don't be afraid of the gym. You know, no one should be intimidated, because, again, everyone's there to reach a goal. Everyone's there because they don't feel comfortable with what they want to do. You know, look at bodybuilders. You see them physically as like, holy crap, right? Their body is on tip-top condition. But then they go home and they're like, well, my left chest is a little bigger than my right chest, and I need to get stronger on my left side, right?
Yeah. I've seen those.
Everyone's still going to see, you know, imperfections no matter what. And everyone's there willing to help each other. You know, sadly, we are in that world of social media where people like to make fun, right? And it will record you if they feel like they don't know what you're doing and whatnot. And that's an unfortunate cause, because now, right, that's why we're doing these things, like at-home training. But never hesitate to reach out and ask somebody. Worst case scenario, they say, I don't know. Go ask a personal training. You get a free consultation, and boom, you just learn as much as you need to know.
So the resources are out there. You know, there's really no excuse for one to just, you know, it starts in the mind, man. Like we started this conversation, it begins with the why. You know, I really like that, keeping that why in the forefront. Mike, you know, we know you have your Upsilon fitness page, and then we have your Bypass 22's page where people can follow your own personal journey. And then we also have your monthly challenges, February challenge right around the corner. Looking forward to participating in that. Martin, if you could just give the people a brief rundown of the services that you offer, and you know, any ways that folks can contact you and get involved with the work that you're doing.
Definitely. So I use my Instagram to do some posts around fitness, nutrition, you know, from time to time. I'm not a big social media guru, so I do get bored of it, I won't lie. But I do stay active on it. Mr. Fitness Journey, _ between fitness and journey. It's actually my initials, MR. You can do the same thing on Facebook. So if you're a little better with Facebook, I have a group on there. Just look up Mr. Fitness Journey or MRK Fitness Journey, and it'll pop right up. Go to my main page. You know, I ask about it. Basically, man, I put a lot of resources of different meal plans, foods, some motivational quotes, some things that I experience and things I think about in my head. You know, different little workout challenges. I call them a Bay challenge, where you can challenge your personal partner. It could be, you know, my lover. It could be my workout buddy. Just get them, tag them, challenge them in that little exercise. Most of them are all body weight. And then I also have an online platform that I'm learning how to use and navigate a little bit, where basically I take anyone who's looking to reach, they have access to a gym or don't have access to a gym, work with you online. That's something you can hit me up about. I also do free consultations. I'll give you a free workout to make sure that you and I are going to work together correctly. You know, going back to the beginning, everyone go to a barber, right? That first time you want to make sure that's their barber, right? They're going to take care of you the way you want to take care of you. You know, finding a personal trainer should be the same way. I want to make sure you and I can build a relationship. I want to make sure I understand your goals. So that first free workout, it's on me. Consultations on me as well. And we'll go from there and build a platform to get you to be where you want to be.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being on the show. I appreciate y'all time. You know, this is Upstanding Upsilons. This is what we do. We got brothers in the field. We got brothers that are starting their own businesses around fitness. We got brothers that are active in the gym. They're sweating. They're reaching these goals. And that's what this is about. Men turning into better men. And better men are forged, not simply made. You know what I mean? So I appreciate both of y'all. And I thank you for your time, bros. And best of luck to both of y'all on your fitness journeys and journeys throughout life, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. Good luck to everybody.
Good luck, guys.
No doubt, no doubt. Salute, bros. Thank y'all.